Hey everyone, in this video we'll learn all about permutations, and what we have to know about permutations is it tells us how many ways there are we can arrange a certain amount of objects a certain amount of ways. So let's say we have 4 letters, A, B, C, D, and we're coming up with a 3-letter word. We have 3 spots for this word, 1, 2, 3, using any 3 of these 4 letters. And we want to understand, or we want to know how many words we can make up that are 3 letters. The word has to be 3 letters long from these 4 letters. So for example, one word could be, we can have ABC, or we can have ABD. We can have CBA. We can have ACB. We can keep rearranging these. We can pick any 3 of these letters, 1, 2, 3, or we can pick 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. We can pick any 3 of these letters, and we want to understand how many different ways we can create 3-letter words from these 4 letters. And what makes this a permutation is that the order matters. Notice that over here, CBA is different from ACB, because CBA, the C has to come first, then it goes B, then A. But in this one, A comes first, then C, then B. These are different permutations, so the order actually matters. So instead of listing out every single way we can create a 3-letter word from these 4 letters, let's actually go ahead and calculate it. So for our 3-letter word, we have 3 slots. So 3 letters, 1, 2, 3. And we want to understand, in the first slot, how many options do we have? Well, we have 4 options. We could pick either A, B, C, or D. We could pick any of these. And I forgot to mention that each letter must be used once. So no repeats. No repeats. So for example, we can't have AAA, there's no BBB, no CCC. We can't have repeats. Okay, so if we can only use each letter once, no repeats, how many options do we have for the first letter in our 3-letter word? Well, we have 4 options. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's write that down. We have 4 options. Okay. And let's say we use one of our 4 options here. And for our first letter, what about our second letter? Well, if we've already used one letter, so for example, if we chose A, then that means our only options left are B, C, and D. We only have 3 options left after that because we have no repeats. So there are 3 options. And what about for the third letter? How many options do we have left? Well, if we've already used 2 letters, if we already used A, let's say, and we already used B, our only 2 options left are C and D. So we only have 2 options left. And if we multiply all these numbers, 4 times 3 times 2, 4 times 3 times 2, that gives us 24. So there are actually 24 permutations. 24 permutations for this specific problem. And if you go ahead and just take a look at this, at what we've multiplied here, 4 times 3 times 2, it looks a lot like 4 factorial because it is indeed 4 factorial. This is 4 factorial right here, 4 times 3 times 2. And we'll get into the formula for permutations in a second, but let's go through one more example together. Let's say we have a combination lock, and the combination lock the combination that we need consists of 3 numbers, 1, 2, 3. So 3 numbers. How many different permutations can we have given no repeats? So no repeating numbers. So for example, we can't have 0, 0, 0. We can't have 1, 1, 1. We can't have 2, 1, 2 because 2 appears there twice. No repeats. Each number can only be used once. Well, how many digits do we have? Well, we have 10 digits. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 10 digits. And every single number you can create from one of these 10 digits right here. So in our first number, our first slot, how many options do we have? Well, we have all 10 digits. We have 10 digits right here, so 10. In our second slot, if we've already exhausted one number, if we've already picked 0, let's say, then we have 9 left. So we have 9 left here. And for our third option, let's say we picked 0 and we picked 1 for our first two. Well, then we have 8 left. We only have 8 options left. So 8. So 10 times 9 times 8. 10 times 9 times 8 is 720. So that means there are 720 different permutations. So an example of some of these, we could have 0, 1, 2. We could have 1, 2, 3. We could have 2, 1, 0. We could have 4, 1, 2. And again, what makes this a permutation rather than a combination, which we'll learn about in the next video, we'll learn about combinations, which are very similar. What makes this a permutation is that order matters. Order matters. And the reason why order matters is because if you've tested out any lock that requires a combination code, if the correct combination is 0, 1, 2, then 2, 1, 0 won't work. 2, 1, 0 will not work because it's in a different order. Even though 0, 1, 2 and 2, 1, 0 have all the same numbers, they're in a different order. So it won't work. That's why in a permutation, order matters. But if you've listed out every single, different set of 3 numbers that you can create from 10 digits with no repeats, you will have 720 permutations. So it's a very long list, but here's 4 of them right here. Okay, and again, 10 times 9 times 8, it's looking a lot like a factorial. It's not quite 10 factorial, because 10 factorial is 10 times 9 times 8, times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. It goes all the way to 1. This one is just 10 times 9 times 8. So this isn't really 10 factorial. This is actually 10 factorial divided by 7 factorial. Because 10 factorial divided by 7 factorial. So again, 10 factorial is 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 ... And then 7 factorial is 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 ... The 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 in the numerator cancels out with all those in the denominator. And we're just left with 10 times 9 times 8 in the numerator. So what we have right here is actually just 10 factorial divided by 7 factorial. And that's the general formula for permutations. So it would be written like this. So n permute r equals n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. And n, so n right here, in this case up here, n is how many objects we have. So we have 10. We have 10 digits. So in this case, n is 10. And r right here is how many slots we have in our combination lock. So we have 1, 2, 3 slots. So n would be 3 in this case, or n would be 10, and r would be 3. because we have 10 digits, or rather we have 10 objects, and we want to arrange these objects given 3 spaces. So if you go ahead and we want to represent how many permutations there are, in this example with the combination locks, so n is 10, r is 3, this would simply just be 10 permute 3. And 10 permute 3 is, according to this formula up here, it's 10 factorial divided by 10 minus 3 factorial. If you go ahead and evaluate this, what's 10 minus 3? That's 7. So 10 factorial divided by 7 factorial, which we set up here, it gives you just 10 times 9 times 8, which is 720. So this comes out to 720. So 10 permute 3 gives you 720. And that's how you figure it out. So let's actually apply that example, or let's apply the permutation formula to this first example right here. So again, n permute r, n permutes r. What is our n? How many objects do we have? We have 4 objects. 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. Those are 4 objects. And how many different ways can we arrange them? How many slots do we have? We have 3. Because we're trying to create 3-letter words from these 4 objects. 1, 2, 3. So n is 4 and r is 3. So let's go down here. And let's say we want to figure out 4 permute 3. So for 4 permute 3, according to this formula, n factorial over n minus r factorial. So 4 factorial over 4 minus 3 factorial. 4 factorial up top is 24, divided by, then 4 minus 3 is 1 factorial. 1 factorial is just 1, so this is 24 over 1, which is just 24. And that was the answer we got, 24 up here. So there are 24 permutations in this first case, and 720 permutations in this second example, right here with the numbers. So that's how permutations work, and I hope this video helps, and if you have any questions at all, please leave them down in the comments below, and thank you for watching.